Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Episode 4 of Season 8 of The Greatest Show is about to begin. Today, we will observe a moment of silence for Peanut the Squirrel, who was tragically taken from our world too soon. Okay, that's enough of that. And wow, what a show! Right now, I am so happy I invested in the company that genetically engineered the ghouls and all the other creatures and monsters because, damn, goblins are now officially extinct. Our contracted humanoid death row inmates must have been getting nervous after seeing all those humans and what they just did. But that's a them problem, am I right? I really don't know what to say after witnessing any of that, except on with the show. Now, without further ado, here we go. The guardian sage stood before the heroes in the dark fouling, hooding robe, holding a staff that crackled and burned without burning, emanating the type of power that could change the world or go Chernobyl in only a second. The heroes actually looked serious for the first time since their arrival as they silently debated to themselves if the being standing before them was a friend or foe, which made them unsure how to proceed. The only thing they knew to be absolutely certain is that they knew not to say anything stupid. Well, everyone except Doug, apparently, who loudly explained after leveling up, "Fucking sweet! My mop changed into a Swiffer wet jet. And get this, it has a special ability too, blinding lemon fresh spray cleansing." Everyone slow turns and glares at Doug as the painfully unamused guardian sage raises and stomps his staff into the ground as a blue flame shoots to the horizon with his eyes declaring,
"You undisciplined cannibals are unworthy of the title of heroes. This should have been an easy rescue mission for you, and yet it took you 9 days to complete. You should have, at the very least, reached level 5 by now, and yet none of you have even bothered assigning a single skill point to any of your skills. Perhaps I expected too much from you, judging from your lack of awareness in the importance of your skill point assignment. How exactly do you plan to fell even the simplest of goblin opponents?"
as Eric interrupts, level 5? I'm level 18. Doug there made it to level 20. Aaron is level 12, and hell, Erica is level 35. Hearing this, Erica casually flexes her wings a little bit just to emphasize this point. He continues, "Admittedly, yeah, we forgot about the skill points, but it's not like we've been doing nothing. Would you happen to know where any more goblins are? I mean, the big ones were fun." The guardian sage, now visibly shaking because both of a mixture of rage and fear, and speaks,
"I see then. It is not a matter of skill which you possess, but rather a lack of refinement. We have a long walk back to town, so I shall explain to you the skill point assignment and about the world of Algathar."
The guardian sage walks the heroes through the process of assigning skill points, which greatly improves their stats while unlocking new powers and new abilities. As it turns out, the walk back to town wasn't exactly that far, only taking about 45 minutes. All of them were surprised how easy it was to apply the point and spend the next several minutes, each of them, each other advising each other on what they can do better on the next round and how they can help their team. They even thanked the guardian sage for their pointers to aid them in their level progression, while still poking fun at each other, of course. The conversation shifts to comments about the changes to their weapons and armor, and Alan bears the brunt of most of the jokes because his turban now looks like a bedazzled cowboy hat. His chain fishnet shirt is now a rhinestone-covered leather vest, along with the chaps that had changed the same way, along with a similar change to his mankini, which is just absolutely sparkling with rhinestones, giving him the appearance of a walking disco ball. Alan tries to hide when the group harmonizes while singing like a rhinestone cowboy. Na na. Da-da-da. Even the guardian sage seems to smile a little bit, appreciating the humor at Alan's expense. Now, only feet from the gates of the village, Aaron stops to pick a flower he finds particularly pretty, only to level up to the surprise of everyone as the guardian sage casually explains how certain character classes may gather plants, particularly for making potions.
And oh, don't touch that one. It's poisonous.
Only to be drowned out by Aaron's excitement of the outfit he was wearing, changing into a white wife-beater t-shirt, blue jeans, and Timberland boots. But the best part? His box cutters change into two gold-plated 50 caliber Desert Eagle pistoleros. Aaron is now nothing but smiles as he turns to the others and say, "Admit it, you're now jelly." He looked directly at Leon as he said this. If you listen close at that point, one could almost hear the song Staying Alive playing as Aaron now walks with a strut as he moves through the town, approaching Mayor Blosh's house. Feeling good, Aaron knocks 3 times, and as the door opens, this triggers a level up for several of the heroes, including Aaron, because this action completes the assigned mission. Doug starts pointing and laughing maniacally at Aaron, who, initially confused, is now realizing with absolute horror that his 2 gold-plated 50 caliber Desert Eagle pistoleros have changed into 2 broken Hennessy bottles. Aaron says, "That's just not even funny." Leon responds with, "Well, maybe it's a little funny." And as everybody starts laughing at Aaron responds with, "Hey, at least I don't have a fucking sombrero that gets bigger every time I level up." Everyone's suddenly silent. Aaron says, "Wait, am I the only one who noticed that it's getting bigger each time?" Erica laughing, "Notice how big it's getting?" "Oh, shit, you're right." The guardian sage parts ways with the heroes then, but leaves them with the advice they need to work on their levels and explore not only the lands, but their team formations to maximize their combat effectiveness. Not really sure what to do next, they decide to split into different groups. Eric and Doug go to the inn in the hopes of finding some of those classic fantasy anime giant hunks of meat with a bone that goes right through the middle, and of course, get some sleep. Leon and Aaron head back to the forest to do some level grinding with the hopes that their weapons and armor will maybe improve a little bit. Alan and Erica decide to head to the market section of the village to see if they can find anything useful, or at the very least, maybe a better understanding of how things actually are in Algathar for the people here. Alan, with a serious look, turns his face to Erica and says, "Hey, I've been thinking about what the guy said, and I'm thinking about our team and our new skills, and I think I have an idea." Erica just turns and says, "All right, shit pickle, what do you got in mind?" Alan says, "Well, I was thinking because I'm an archer, there's a way I can upgrade my skills and become a badass war sniper." Erica looks, "Really? What type of new skill did you unlock that gives you this type of piss and vinegar?" Alan points at his face and goes, "Eagle eyes. I can see for miles, and now I can even zoom in on targets. Combo that with another skill, I got a target lock. I can't miss. So basically, I'm now a super badass ninja elite war sniper." Erica kind of rolls around. "Okay, cool. I have chain lightning. What's your point?" Alan says, "Piggyback ride." Jumping on Erica's back, she immediately takes off in the air, completely pissed and shocked that he did this. Flying high, diving low, twisting and turning, trying to get Alan off her back. Alan says, "You see, this is an awesome idea. Riding you, I can see for miles, and just imagine how much ass we can kick with this combo." Erica says, "About that." Right then, she manages to grab Alan, yanking him off her back and now dangling Alan by his ankle, and Alan realizes he might have just fucked up. She says, "About that again? No. And you think you can survive from a fall from this height?" Erica drops Alan, who falls screaming to the ground, slamming hard into the ground, his arms and legs broken with bones sticking through the skin. Alan looks around, dazed, and sees to the right of him a strange-looking demonkin with a clockwork owl, then looks forward to see what he can only describe as the nastiest Indian food street vendor he has ever seen. As he focuses, he can see the vendor is vigorously digging into his butt crack with his leg halfway in the pot, stirring it with his foot, creating a mystery nightmare as he sees the vendor's hands switch from the back to the front and again vigorously digging when the shadow falls upon Alan. He looks up to see Erica floating in the air when she extends one hand and heals one of his broken arms and says, "If I remember correctly, it was the hotter the better, right?" As she drops enough coins to cover the bowl of spicy curry from the vendor and then flies away. Alan looks back to the vendor, who is now removing his hand from his crotch, now with a trail of what can be only described as string cheese dangling from this clearly soiled hand, reaching into the pot and scooping out a handful of pure nasty, then splattering it onto a shockingly clean bowl and presents it to Alan to eat. Alan, now looking at the vendor with shock, horror, and disgust, has his thoughts broken by the vendor saying, "Oh, you need a spoon," then pulls one out from what looks like a raw piece of chicken. Then the vendor says, "Oh, what was I thinking? This one has a spot on it. Can't I have that?" Then he takes the spoon, sticks it into his mouth, and sucks it and licks it clean. Then he hands it back. "There you go. Enjoy." Alan, with no other choice, can be heard pleading to any god, whether it's known or unknown, "No, oh God, no, oh God, why?" as he slams the bowl back and shoves it straight down his gullet. Hello, everybody. This is Syntax. Thank you for joining me today on part 4 of the story sent in by a supporter by the name of Prozac and Pancakes. Now, before I go, I need to say that today's winner is Julius Boone with MTF Guard, Tim MC, and Vivid coming in second, third, and fourth. And I also need to send out some ginormous thank yous to the supporters of this channel, and they are Douglas Scarborough, Prozac and Pancakes, Guardian Sage, Brian Kemp, MTF Guard, SS Demon, Steve Ewing, Erica Gem, and Joseph Blosh. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. Everybody else, I'll see you on the next one. This is Syntax.
Ejecting!